live in a frequency. If you're getting the thought, trust me, somebody else is getting it too. There is no such thing as a completely unique idea. Imagine, if you will, a room with a piano. Imagine me standing in that room with a tuning fork. Tuning fork has a certain note or vibration. If I strike that tuning fork, you'll hear a note. If you were to go over to that piano, you will see the same note of the tuning fork vibrating, and even hear it vibrating on the piano. Michael Jackson once called Quincy Jones at about 2 a.m. in the morning. Quincy Jones is like, "Why are you calling me at 2 in the morning?" But he had an idea for a song. And Michael Jackson said, "If I don't take advantage of this idea right now, then Prince is going to do it." Michael Jackson was tapped into the vibration in the universe. Guess who else was tapped into those musical ideas? Prince. And Michael said, "You know what? I'm going to receive the idea and I'm going to take action on it."
Are we really doing an unboxing in the bathroom? We are. I was in the middle of recording content and I realized, Shamika, you've got a brand spanking new mic to use. What are you waiting on? Oh, it's here. This is the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless lavalier microphone. It's button size. It has advanced ENC. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. Hi-fi sound, app control. It is plug and play. This is so cute. So wait a minute, let's just take a look at it. It's me. Okay, I was gonna say, what's wrong with me? No, what's right with me? Okay, hello, Otis. Okay, great. This feels really good in my hands. So nice and compact. Voila. What is this? Oh, this is where I'm gonna plug it into my phone. We have 2 mics. This thing right here, that's a magnet. And Shamika, do you want to read the instructions? No, I don't really. I'm that person, like, can somebody else read the instructions to me? Look, I'll just figure it out as I go. There's something else down there. A bag. Charging cord. Oh, it was like a little fuzzy thingy. Okay, like a wind blocker thing, you know. Okay, we got that. We'll find out what that is later. And hey, there we go. If I ever need to do that, maybe I'm wearing a button-up shirt. Everybody wants to know, what does the sound like? Here we go. We have this. I'm gonna plug it in and see what happens. I'm gonna remove this. Is it doing something? Okay, so I gotta place it back in the charging case. Okay, let's try this again. Boop. Hitting the button. I've got a blue light. I've never been so excited for a blue light in my life. Okay, so I have it plugged in. It is on green for noise cancellation. Let's hear what it's like without noise cancellation. So we're gonna turn that off. And this is the sound without noise cancellation. I'm hoping this will prevent me from having to over project, especially when I'm doing auditions. I'm hoping that it will help me to get nice, clean audio when I go to conventions and other events. Now I'm gonna listen. I hope it worked.
Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me.
Community. 1 point for you. Look at that sauce. Look at that gravy. Look at that rice. Look at that naan. Okay. Here we have it. Oh, this is hot now. Okay, let's just taste a piece of this meat. You see that? Smoke coming out. The tenderism is here. Let's get a little bit of this gravy with this rice. Chef! Yes! Rice, nice, light, fluffy. I don't eat green peas very often, but these are some good peas. Just some of this naan, okay? It's soft. It's delivering. All right, I'm about to go sit down and really enjoy my meal. But thank you, Chef RT. This is delicious. Oh, hey, welcome to my Airbnb crib. Come on in.
beautiful, talented Miss Shamika Cotton.
Miss Shamika Cotton here. I am Shamika Cotton. This is the Saturday morning tap-in experience. Let there be love. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And I'm just getting started. Be a multi-hyphenate, they said. Who said that? Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. Yo, today is such a beautiful day. Special shout out, y'all. Just give it up right off the bat. Put the hearts in the chat. Tap on your screen. Shout out to Mia, who is back there running the show today. That pre-roll was amazing. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, for those who are new here, this is the Saturday morning tap-in that has just come down your timeline, okay? Bringing you some uplifting conversations. We're going to set some intentions. We're going to do some journaling, right? Saturday morning tap-in is where we take time to slow down, we clear our thoughts, we open ourselves up so that we can tap into that power that we have inside of us, right? So if you haven't already, okay, go get your journals, okay? Because if you're new here, we journal here. That's what we do here at this house. At this house, we do some journaling, get you something to write with, right? Right. And while we're at it, what we also do is we set some intentions, right? So put it in the chat. What intention do you want to set today? What are you calling in today, right? Are you calling in some joy? That's an intention I'm setting today. I'm definitely setting the intention for joy. Maybe you want to set the intention for clarity. Do you need some perseverance? Mia, write that down for me as well. Perseverance. All right. Do you need some momentum? What intention do you want to set when you think about your week ahead or the week you just had or what you want to experience? If you want it, you got to bring it. You got to stir it up. You got to set it. And that's what we're doing here on Saturday morning tap-in. So go ahead, put your intentions in the chat and we will be sure to activate them later in the show. But also, I want to know, tap-in crew, what it do? Okay, tap-in crew, where are you tapping in from today? Put that in the chat. Let me know where you're tapping in from, Maurice over on TikTok. And special shout out to the tap-in crew all over. We're tapping in on Instagram at Shamika Chronicles. We're tapping in on TikTok at Shamika Chronicles. We're tapping in on youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles. We're tapping in on Facebook at Shamika Chronicles, okay? We are all over the place, and I'm so glad to see you here. Robin, are you in New York City? Are you serious right now? Are you really here? Sorry, this is a little break for my boo, Robin. Did you sneak into town? I know that we are meeting on the 22nd for lunch, but are you here right now, Robin? If you are, I'm so excited about that. All right, we have Carol B. Martin is tapping in from, what is this? Walterboro, South Carolina. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. Robin, you're here all month. Squealing with joy. All right, so you're working this week and I'll see you on the weekend. I understand, boo, but I'm so glad to see you are here. Welcome home, baby love. All right, where else are we tapping in from? Feel free to put that in the chat. But stay tuned. We have an amazing show for you today. This show is for you if you have been putting in the work. Have you been putting in the work? This show is for you. This show is for you if you've been waiting for results. Okay, putting in the work, waiting for results. Stay tuned. This show is for you if you've been putting in the work, waiting for results, and wondering, is this stuff gonna pay off? Are my prayers gonna pay off? This show is for you if you just need a reminder to trust the process. For those who are new here, you probably called this experience onto your timeline so that I can remind you, hey, baby boo, trust the process. Okay? Because this week, something really beautiful has been happening and I cannot wait to share it with you. But let's go ahead and get ready to tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, Darnell. It's so glad that you are tapping in over on TikTok. We got Mignon 85. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. So glad to see you here. Tapping in. Who else is tapping in? Okay, thank you for the hearts over here on TikTok. Feel free to tap your screen on Instagram and let me know that you're here and sending love. Okay, we got Rhonda Crowder tapping in from Cleveland, the land of Cleve. Yes, good morning, rich boy Taviana in the building. So glad to see you tapping in on this Saturday morning. Welcome to your Saturday morning tapping. Oh. I've got some new incense, y'all. I got me some of this Champa. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I ordered these off of Amazon. Leah, don't kill me for not giving you the link to this, but I've been waiting to get these things lit. Okay? I've been waiting to get these things lit. So I'm lighting mine today. Today, I am lighting my Champa, raising my vibration. Yes, let's get it started. Tavion, I am doing amazing today. I am having a joy-filled morning today. It's all working. Yes. Okay, we could have kept that going a little bit longer. But give me a second. Let me just get my incense lit. Welcome. Let's see where we at. Let me get my light on. Okay, Tavion is dancing all up in those comments. I love that. Hold on, let me get my incense lit. Y'all, it's something about this fragrance. It's just so soothing and relaxing. I feel like this fragrance also just like raises my vibration. And a friend of mine, actually my fam, Larry Jean, turned me on to this incense. I think this is something that they burn in like maybe the Buddhist temples or places where you go to worship. And it's just a really great fragrance and it really helps center me. So while we're at it, let's take a moment to center together, right? Take a nice cleansing inhale. We inhale. Hold it and exhale. Ooh, yes, I am loving this. Let's do that again. Let's take a nice cleansing and centering inhale. We inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Whew. And let's do it one more time for the subconscious mind. We inhale. And exhale. Whew. There's nothing like taking a moment to breathe and center ourselves. I'm so glad I finally got these lit. Let me just put this somewhere that is safe. But I highly recommend this fragrance. What are you burning? Is anyone else, you got like a candle lit? Normally I have a candle, but today I've got my incense. Maybe you've got some Palo Santo that you light that also helps you get the atmosphere together. Oh, just the smell of that, it centers me. But I'm going to actually put it over here so the smoke doesn't get right into my throat. We don't want this in my throat. We just want the fragrance. Okay, very good, very good. And here we are. So how we feeling this morning? Saturday morning tap in crew, my tap in crew. How we doing? What it do? Tap in crew. Mia, I think we're on to something. I think we are absolutely on to something. Well, this week, This week has been an amazing week for me. I've had some amazing things happen this week. A lot of seeds that I've been planting have been sprouting, right? A lot of things have been showing up from the work that's been happening behind the scenes. As you see, the show, the Saturday Morning Tap-In, continues to get better. This garden continues to grow and blossom, right? Our interns, right, have been doing the thing. They've been getting opportunities just out of the blue, right? They've been invited on sets. They've been invited to events. They've been attending conferences. They've been networking. They've received calls about interviews. People have been thinking of them and recommending them and reaching out. We have just been celebrating report after report of good things happening, right? But what I've been explaining to them as they've been coming in and telling me their stories, right, is that these things that are happening, they're not random. These are a result of doing the work. Let me ask you something, Tap In crew. Has anyone here tapping in today? Sometimes we need to recognize these things. Has anyone here had a moment recently where something good showed up that you weren't expecting? Let me know in the chat. If something good has showed up that you weren't expecting, drop a flower in the chat. Let me see if you can do that. Put a flower in the chat if something good has been showing up that you weren't expecting. Because sometimes the seeds that we planted months ago start sprouting when we least expect it. Tavion said yes, immediately typed in yes. And sprouting has been happening. Good morning, some more 2K3. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. So glad to see you here tapping in. Yes. So glad to see you tapping in. Yes. So drop a flower in the chat if something unexpected, unexpected good has been happening to you. Yes. Okay. I see y'all coming in over here on TikTok. We are so glad to have you here. Right. And these things are happening because you have been doing the work. Rhonda put in roses. Everything's coming up roses. Yeah. Okay. You know what? The next revival of that show, I'm going in. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. But yeah, shout out to Rhonda. She put some roses in the chat. So things have been happening because Rhonda, you've been doing the work. Rhonda stayed doing the work, though. That's the reality. You stay doing the work. You stay getting out of your comfort zone. With our 5 a.m. Writers Club, you stay holding that space. You stay waking up at 4 in the morning, getting your workout in before the 5 a.m., getting your meditation and prayer in. Rhonda stayed doing the work, and that's why her garden is blossoming and beautiful and cultivated and full of life and joy. I'm just saying. I don't mean to single you out, Rhonda, but I'm just saying, okay? Yes, because you have been doing the work. And the work is, right? And so what is that work? That work is finding a way to do the thing that you want to do before the opportunity starts showing up. Did y'all hear me? Okay? If there's something that you want to have the opportunity to do and you're not getting that opportunity, here's a little secret for you. Start doing the thing in some way. If you want a certain thing in your life, you must find a way to already be doing it. Because when you do that, what you're doing is becoming a vibrational match for the opportunity to find its way to you. And that is what's been happening with these interns, okay, with this T3IP, okay? They've been doing the work. And this is something that I understood early in my acting career, right? As long as I stayed in acting classes, I was always working. As a matter of fact, you would often find me in acting class, and then I would book a job. And guess what I would do after the job ended? Go back to acting class, right? If I wasn't on stage, if I wasn't on TV, right? If I wasn't in the film, I'm in acting class. I'm doing the thing, right? I'm practicing the craft. And invariably, more opportunities would find me, right? As long as I kept acting, I kept booking, right? You have to be doing the thing. So quick check-in, tap in crew. Are you currently doing the thing that you want to be known for? Or are you waiting for permission to start? If you're already doing the thing, right? Put in the chat, doing the work. Let me know who else is doing the work. Rhonda, go ahead and put it in the chat, doing the work. But who else is doing the work besides these T3IP interns and Rhonda and me? Who else is doing the work, right? If you're waiting for permission to start, don't put that in the chat, okay? Quit waiting for permission to start. Don't wait. Create. Start doing the work. Yes. Yes. Rhonda said doing the work. Doing the work. These interns have been showing up for 8 weeks, 20 hours a week, sometimes more. They've been doing assignments. They've been doing projects. They've been doing work that pushes them outside of their comfort zone, because this internship program that I run, that I created, it's not just about showing up and sitting around. It's designed to get them to start doing the thing that they want to do. That's the secret sauce. I was just talking to one of the interns this week and saying, I know this program works because I have programmed in the curriculum, in the things that I have them doing, I have programmed work for them to do that will start to draw to them the opportunities that they want, to help launch them to that next level in their career, to help give them a step up toward their goal, right? Because I understood the principle behind it. But guess what? Even though I understand the principle behind it, I'm still in awe when they come in and tell me, like, guess what happened? Guess what I'm doing, right? When they tell me about these opportunities that are showing up. And some people might call it luck, but we know, guess what? That's not luck. Luck isn't repeatable. You know what is repeatable? Hard work, synchronicity. Synchronicity is created when preparation meets opportunity. You create your own luck or your own coincidence, which we don't believe in coincidences here, okay? We create the incidents, okay? And then we coincide with it, okay? But you create it by doing the work. So let's just take a moment to anchor that in together, right? Type this in the chat, because if you didn't know today, I want you to know today. Type this in the chat. I create my own opportunities. I create my own opportunities. Put your hand over your heart. Breathe in. I create my own opportunities. And if you want to put a little T3IP razzle dazzle on it, you can say, I don't wait, I create. I don't wait, Posh. I create over on TikTok. But here's something I want to talk to you about today, right? When we're talking about creating opportunities and doing the things that we love, right? As we are talking about where we want to go, right? The goals that we are building towards, right? I want to remind you, I want to remind myself even, don't get so caught up in getting somewhere that you forget to enjoy the journey, right? When you think about it, now this just occurred to me this morning as I was preparing for today's show. Joy is in the journey. J-O, cut to the Y at the end of journey. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Joy is in the journey. Don't miss it. Don't miss the joy in the journey, right? And guess what happens when you add joy to your journey? Joy amplifies the vibration. If you are on a path to something and you're miserable the whole time, what's the point? Because if you don't enjoy the journey, guess what? You're probably not going to enjoy the destination. I'm just saying, if you don't enjoy the journey, you're probably not going to enjoy the destination. So turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, don't forget to enjoy the journey. Okay? Turn to your neighbor on the other side. Neighbor on the other side, don't forget to enjoy the journey. So on a scale from 1 to 10, where is your joy level this morning? Put it in the chat. Where is your joy level this morning? I'm on a 10. I'm on a 10, okay? And maybe it is because my company is called 1010 Talent and Creative Services. Okay, that could be why. All right. But my joy is on a 10. Drop your number in the chat. Where we at? Where we at? Rhonda says joy on a 10. Joy is on a 10. Exactly. Joy is on a 10. And guess what? I'm going to tell you a little secret. Maybe your joy is not on a 10. Maybe your joy is on a level 3 or so, right? You can affirm that your joy is on a 10. You can affirm that your joy is on a higher level and watch your joy pick up because you told your joy what to do. I'm just saying. That's what Saturday Morning Tap-In is all about. I'm giving y'all the secrets of the tap-in, right? The secret sauce of the tap-in. And let me tell you, interestingly enough, there is actually a science that supports this idea. Listen, hear me out, okay? Let me put on my glasses though, so I can read this. Yes, Tavion says his joy is on a 20. Okay, double your joy. Get on a 20. Okay, a 20, twin. Right. So interestingly enough, there is a concept in psychology, and it's called the broaden and build theory. Rhonda, you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of this? The broaden and build theory. And this was developed by researcher Barbara Fredrickson. Okay. Researchers showed participants short videos that were designed to trigger different emotions. Those videos were things like joy, love, contentment, fear, and anger, right? All these different emotions. Now, after watching the videos, the participants were asked, what are the things they could do right now? Catch this. What they discovered was actually fascinating. The people who experienced the positive emotions like joy and gratitude, they generated far more ideas and possibilities. But those experiencing fear or anger, they generated far fewer things on their list, right? So what this tells us is that positive emotions literally broaden your thinking. They expand your creativity and your awareness of opportunities. And negative emotions, on the contrary, narrow your thinking because it puts your thinking into survival mode. So when we say that joy amplifies the journey, we're not just talking some spiritual mumbo jumbo, some spiritual woo woo, okay? There is actually neuroscience behind it. Joy actually helps you see the next step, right? So if you can get enjoy, right? If you can get enjoyment, then you'll be able to see what is that next step that you need to do. Drop a brain emoji in the chat if you love when science confirms what we already know. Put a brain emoji. Somebody here, you already knew that. Put a brain emoji in the chat if you love how science just proved something you already knew and felt. So the question then becomes, all right, well, what gets in the way of joy, right? I know for me, what can get in the way of my joy is sometimes carrying stress from the previous day. I told you I have an ambitious to-do list. And when I don't get things done on my to-do list, when I think they should be done, it starts to weigh on me, right? So I'm carrying that stress from the previous day, right? Maybe I'm worried about something, right? That gets in the way of me experiencing the joy in the moment. Anxiety, getting into a spirit or a mindset of complaining, right? That can get in the way of experiencing joy. So sometimes, yeah, I'm human. I know I'm the host of the Saturday morning tap in, the movement, hey, that is the Saturday morning tap in. But guess what? I'm human and I have to do the work in order to be able to come in here every Saturday morning and boop, turn on the lights so that we all can gather around and tap in. I have to remind myself, like that video I played in the pre-roll. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me, working out for me, working out for me. Everything is working out for me, right? That's why it's so important that we have content like the Saturday morning tap in, come down the timeline, or that piece from Scott Evans, right? That piece come down your timeline to remind you. You got to be reminding me. Name that movie. Somebody knows that movie. Somebody knows the movie. You got to be reminding me. I think I say that every time, and every time somebody guesses it. But right, we got to remind ourselves that everything is working out for us. And that's why we need more positive and uplifting content wherever. So if you are a content creator, this is just a total sidebar, not even in today's script, and you have a passion for sharing your art that you believe is going to help bring light to the world, that you believe is going to help uplift someone, inspire someone, we need it. We constantly need to be reminded. Yes, some more 2K3 Friday. I think I need to just watch Friday just every now and again. You just got to tap into the movies for the culture. Okay? Remind yourself that everything is working out for you. When you feel yourself getting out of alignment, you got to recalibrate, right? You got to recalibrate. That's why it's so good to always ask yourself, how am I feeling? Right? How am I feeling right now? So you can know, do I need to recalibrate? Do I need to recalibrate? And so here are some ways that you can recalibrate. You can recalibrate with what? Gratitude. You can get into a space of gratitude. You can get into a space of prayer, right? A space of meditation. Exercise, a wonderful way to recalibrate. Just taking a moment to do 5 sit-ups will just start to trigger your dopamine to send off signals, right? And that'll boost your mood, right? Boost your attitude. Going outside and touching grass and smelling fresh air. One of the interns reminded me to do that yesterday, like, Shamika, I need you to go outside. And I know she's going to ask me today, did you do it? And so yesterday I had to do it. I had to do it because she going to ask me, did you do it? And I want to be able to say, yes, I did. Right? Go outside. I don't care that it's 40 degrees. Put your coat on. Go take a walk. Get some fresh air. Right? Do something kind for someone else. If you're feeling down or unmotivated, maybe you can do something for someone else. One of my neighbors, right? I was the recipient of him not feeling so great. And he said, you know what? I want to do something kind for someone. And so when I had an opportunity where I needed help, he stepped up and said, hey, yeah, I want to help you. And that helped to lift his mood. That's a way of recalibrating. Tap in, crew. What is something that you do? Some more 2K3. Let us know. What do you do to recalibrate when you're feeling out of alignment, when you're feeling overwhelmed? I want to know. Put it in the chat. If you're watching the replay, I want to know. Put it in the chat. We want to know, right? We can never have too many tools or ideas of ways to recalibrate, because we always need to remind it as we are on these journeys, right? Because we want to stay in joy, because we want to make sure the joy stays in the journey. Now, if we are tending to the garden of our lives, right? We're talking about the seeds we're planting, right? How they've been sprouting for the interns, right? Things start happening. We have to make sure that we are also tending to what? The gardener. And sometimes tending the gardener simply means making sure that we are nourishing ourselves, right? So we have to have the energy to do the work that we are called to do. And for me, with everything that I have going on, working with clients, running my internship program, which I absolutely love, preparing for shows like the Saturday Morning Tap In, something that helps me stay on track during the week is Cook Unity. Cook Unity, y'all. Cook Unity delivers chef prepared meals right to your door. Y'all, they come to the door with a bag of food, right? So that you are not scrambling, trying to figure out what to eat during a busy week. These meals are prepared by real chefs. They have tons of options. You saw in the pre-roll one of the meals by Chef Artie. Chef Artie is an amazing chef. I'm going to have to check out her restaurant actually here in Brooklyn. But there are tons of options, and it makes it so easy to stay nourished while you are busy building your dreams. If you want to check it out, Mia, can we put the card up? Do we have the card for the Cook Unity? Can we put that up on the screen? I know we got the QR code, but I have a promo code that you can use if you want to get 50% off of your first week. Come on, Mia. Mia is doing the thing, right? If you want to get 50% off your first week, you can scan the QR code on the screen, or you can use the code right there on the screen. If you're on TikTok, go on up to my link tree. You'll find a link to my Cook Unity promo code, 50% off your first week, and then you get like 20% off the next 2 weeks, right? So check it out, okay? All right, so let's get back to tending to the gardens of our lives. I feel like that's a show. The Gardens of Our Lives, starring you, main character energy, right? So when we're talking about the gardens of our lives and we're seeing our life as the garden, those seeds that we plant are the ideas, right? The soil is our consciousness, right? Our mindset, the attitude, our beliefs, right? We don't plant a seed in the ground and then we dig it up every day asking, is it working yet? Are we there yet? Right? We let the seed do what the seed do. And what do? We take care of the soil. We tend the ground, right? So if God gave you an idea, do it. Okay? Do y'all know what movie this is? Do it. Do it. Okay, that's a new movie. Y'all don't know. It's not a new movie, but it's a new one that I'm checking y'all on. Do it. If God gave you an idea, do it, right? Keep doing it. Keep following through. Keep trusting the idea. Keep trusting the work. If you're still working in your garden, but you haven't seen anything sprout yet, set the intention with me today. We're going to set the intention later for perseverance. I want you to persevere, to keep going and not to give up, because the work that you are doing, it will pay off. All right. So let's take a moment. Let's see. I feel like some more 2K3 said, let's see. The word for today is joy. Yes, 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 yes. Some more 2K3 says that he takes a breath, then he meditates with the 4-7-8 breathing, and then he also affirms his intention. That is a wonderful way to recalibrate. Music, another thing that some more 2K3 shares is the way that he recalibrates, right? Absolutely. Another wonderful way to recalibrate. Shayla Kate the Great says listening to music also works for her. TikTok, how do you recalibrate when you're feeling out of alignment, when you're feeling worried or stressed or anxious, right? I want to know. Put it in the chat. And one way that we recalibrate, like Steven said, some more 2K3 said, is by taking a breath. And so as we head into the journaling portion of our show today, okay, we're going to just take some centering breaths, right? We're going to take a moment to just breathe together. We're going to do a body scan together, right? Just for a few moments, right? We've been talking a lot about tending to our gardens, right? Finding the joy, right? So I'm going to set the timer actually. And this is a special timer. It's going to be really quick, a really quick timer for 1 minute and 11 seconds. And for those who are curious, like, why did she select 1 minute and 11 seconds? Y'all know that I'm a God girl, right? I'm also a Bible girl. And in Genesis chapter 1:11, it talks about seeds, right? And in the seed is more seed bearing seeds. So whenever I am working with the concept or the idea about seeds and seed time and harvest, sometimes I will just take a moment to meditate for 1 minute and 11 seconds. All right. So, what I want us to do right now, I want you all to call to mind. Ooh, I feel something special here. I got a little tingle here. I want you to call to mind the work that you've been doing. All right. Call to mind the work that you're doing. Call to mind the garden that you are attending to right now. Just take a quick moment. Whatever that seed is that you planted, right? We talked about how we need to nourish the soil with our thoughts and our beliefs and our attitudes. All right. I want you just to call it to mind. And we are going to send some love and light, nourishment to that seed right now. And we're going to do it for 1 minute and 11 seconds. All right. Let me know that you got it. Put in the chat, got it. When you have your seed idea in your mind, that thing, that goal you're working on, got it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all know this show is an engaging show. We talk back to each other. Let me know that you got it. I've got mine, right? I've got mine. What's up? The Rachel, what's up? What seed? Let me know if you got it. Put it in the chat. If you've got that thing, that seed that you're working with. If you got that seed that you're working with, let me know that you've got it. Okay, thank you very and I was going to wait until someone wrote it in there. And thank you very much, Rhonda. All right, so we got it. So let's just take a moment to center ourselves, right? Let's take a nice cleansing inhale and exhale. And I'm going to start the timer for 1 minute and 11 seconds. And I want you just to internally just send light to that seed. The timer has begun. Send good vibrations to it. Think good thoughts about it. And we're just breathing. See your seed in your mind's eye and whisper, grow, grow, grow. See the sun shining down on the soil and the nutrients activating growth. See the roots coming out of the bottom of the seed. Deep roots. Because you're going to have a bountiful harvest. Send the light to the seed right now. And we're breathing. Send gratitude to the seed. Thank you for the gift that is inside of that seed. And all right. Yes, yes, and yes. Just a little activation for what we've been working with today. We don't want to miss the moment. The Saturday morning tap-in is the moment. Let's say that again. The Saturday morning tap-in is the moment. And it is also a movement. You don't want to miss this moment to create movement and momentum. So let's go ahead and get our journal. Let's get our journals together. And today, we are going to journal the prompt. All right. I'm going to give you all 5 journal prompts that you can choose from. All right. And for those who are new here, what we do every Saturday morning, I set the timer for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And we take the prompt and we allow the prompt to get us down on the page. And whatever wants to come out, we let it come out. If we start writing and we change gears and we change topics, that's okay because it's our journal and that's our business. Sometimes the activation that we have done in Saturday morning tap-in, we have just opened ourselves up, right? The Saturday morning tap-in is mind opening and heart opening. And we don't want to miss this moment if something new wants to come through. And so the journal is a wonderful place to go capture it and start to write it down, right? But what we do is we keep our hand moving across that page, or we keep our hands typing on our typewriter, or we keep our hands typing on our phone for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Even if you have to write, I don't know what to write, I don't feel good today, I didn't do what I needed to do today, I don't care what comes out. What we are doing is journaling for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Here are some prompts inspired by today's topic that can get you started. The first journal prompt is, the seeds I've been planting in my life are ... Fill in the blank, right? The seeds I've been planting in my life are ... That's a great opportunity to talk about the seeds you've been planting and see what comes up next, okay? Journal prompt number 2. The work I've been doing that will eventually pay off is... The work I've been doing that will eventually pay off is ... Fill in the blank. And allow spirit to write through you. All right. Number 3, one way I can bring more joy into my journey is ... Let's see what comes to mind and write it down. You never know. You might have a new idea. Number 4, if I trusted the process more deeply, I would... Fill in the blank. What would you do if you trusted the process more deeply? Number 5, something I need to keep doing even if I haven't seen the results yet is... Fill in the blank. Sometimes deep down inside, we already know that thing that we need to keep doing, right? Do you have a health goal, right? And you started eating healthy and you kind of fell off? That might come up. I don't know, but it's just an example. You never know what your higher self, your inner being is going to say. Something I need to keep doing, even if I haven't seen the results yet is, and I'm going to do a bonus. Right? One thing I've been enjoying about my journey. One thing that I've been enjoying about my journey, right? It's wonderful to identify the places of joy, because when you see it, when you acknowledge it, when you give your attention to it, it grows. What we give our attention to grows. All right. I'm going to get the timer started for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. The journal prompts are on the screen, are running across the bottom of the screen, and we are journaling. We begin. That's not cute. Let's put on my glasses. Welcome to class. Welcome. I'm sorry. Some more 2K3. Okay, Shamika, journal. Go dance. 11 minutes, 47 seconds to go. We are journaling. We're journaling. 4 minutes, 53 seconds to go, Jen. We are journaling. Soraya, the birthday girl. What happened? 4 minutes, 2 seconds to go. We're journaling. Keep smiling. almost there. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. We're journaling. 30 seconds to go. We're wrapping it up. Wrapping up our journaling. There we have it. We have tapped into our journaling for today. Yes, give yourself some love, right? We did something to take care of ourselves, right? With our journaling, we gave our minds and our spirit a time to commune with us down on the page, right? Fantastic. Drop one word in the chat that describes how you feel right now. Let me know how you feel right now. I know for me, I feel joyful and I also feel grateful. I also feel excited. Tavion dropped lots of hearts in the chat. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I hope that today's Saturday morning tap-in has been wonderful for you, right? I would love to know if you had any aha moments from today's tap-in. Maybe you were journaling, you had an aha moment that you want to share. Feel free to share it. Now's the time. Put it in the chat. Remember, your journal is your business. You don't have to, but I always like to share what I write in my journal for Saturday morning tap-in. But feel free to write that in the chat, any aha moments. What are you going to take with you this week, right? Some more 2K3 says that he is feeling creative and powerful. I'm just breathing that in with you, Stephen. I'm just breathing that in with you. Yes. What's up, Ashley Nicole? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in, right? Yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read what I wrote in my journal for today's Saturday morning tap-in. And then we will end the show with what we do every Saturday, which is set the intention before we leave this place. we will set the intention. Okay. So don't go anywhere until we activate these intentions together. Okay. And so you still have time to put your intentions in the chat. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you join the Facebook Saturday Morning Tap In group, right? Join that group. It's free. And we keep some light and joy coming down your timeline. You can tap into the Facebook group, right? And some more 2K3, also known as Steven, has put some wonderful clips in there, right? Something for everyone that will keep you inspired, right? That will keep you in joy, that will keep you turned on, right? Okay. So feel free. Don't forget to join the Facebook group, Saturday Morning Tap In. We would love to have you in the group. All right. So without further ado, okay, I'm going to read what I journaled today. And so we actually had 6 different prompts today. I threw in an extra one. My bad, Mia. It just happened. I got to stay in the spirit. I got to go where spirit leads me. Okay. So I threw in an extra one. Thank you so much for the hearts over there from the birthday girl, Soraya. Yes, 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 yes. I know your birthday was yesterday, but it's your birthday weekend, my love. This is your birthday weekend. We celebrate you. We celebrate my TikTok niece because I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. All right. So this is what I wrote. One thing that I am enjoying about my journey is that every day I am reminded that everything is working out for me. I love the surprise moments of synchronicity, those moments that remind me that I'm on the right track, those moments that I am reminded to keep going. I am enjoying the community and relationships that grow while I'm on my journey. In moments where I feel alone or not understood, invariably someone reaches out or sends a message to encourage me. I love that my journey is uniquely mine, perfectly crafted and orchestrated for my enjoyment. Those things that utilize my unique gifts, talents, and abilities. I love that my journey includes the freedom to make my own schedule, to work on projects that I love, to root for others on their journey, to spread love and joy, a journey of connection, a journey rich in purpose, luxury, and health. My journey is my joy, and my joy is in my journey. How about you, Tap In crew? What it do? Yo, Mia, I love it. I love it. Mia knows what I'm talking about. But yes, that is what I wrote in my journal today, right? Guess what? You can write about whatever you want in your journal, okay? You can also doodle. You can doodle, right? Sometimes you might just want to do a little doodling, a little scribbling, a little drawing. That works in your journaling time as well. And so when I think about, being on the journey, and thinking about our goals and things like that, I think about my younger self, right? I'm always creating content that I want to see, or content that my younger self would have wanted to see, or content that I want to see. You know what I mean? That's what I'm always creating. And so when I was thinking about, all the seeds I planted and the times where I grew impatient, right? Oh, let's put down patience, right? Yes, let's put down patience, Mia. There are things that I would remind myself, right? And one of them is patience. So let's go ahead and let's set these intentions before we take off today. Yes. Oh, wait, what did Rhonda write? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We got some stuff happening here. Hold on. Yes. Tavion says that he feels blessed and sweet. Yes. Rhonda says she feels unstoppable. Yes. Saturday Morning Tap In is a movement. And Rhonda said the journal became an extension of what she experienced last night, confirming alignment. Rhonda, I want to hear more about that. That's amazing. That is amazing. Rhonda says, my intention for the upcoming week is to focus on the plenty in my life, and that plenty expands, right? Because what you focus on expands, right? So Mia, are you ready with these intentions? Are you ready for the intentions? Because we got to add Rhonda's in there. She's ready. And she's ready. It's up on the screen. So let's just take a moment before we close out today's Saturday morning tap in. Right, let's just take a moment to take a nice centering inhale as we go into our intentional heart space. We inhale and exhale. And let's take a nice cleansing inhale of gratitude. We inhale and exhale. Grateful for the time we've spent together, grateful for the seeds that have been planted even in today's Saturday morning tap in. We take this moment to set the intention for perseverance. That as we go forward today and as we go forward this week, as we think about our goals, as we think about those things that we want to accomplish, as we think about those in our lives that are working on goals and things that they want to accomplish, we set the intention for perseverance. We send them also the energy of perseverance to remind them to hold on, to trust the process, to continue to plant the seeds, and to work the land, which is our consciousness in our heart space. We set the intention to protect our minds and our hearts, to guard our minds and our hearts and our feelings with goodness, things that nurture the soil, that nurture our heart, that nurture our mind. We set our intention to pay attention to those things and to block anything that would get in the way of our joy, that would get in the way of our peace. We set the intention for peace. We set the intention to focus on the plenty and the abundance that is already present in our lives. And as we set our attention on those things, we know and we are grateful that they expand. That as we focus on our good expands. And as we focus on our vision expands. And as we focus on the seeds that we have planted, and as we focus on tilling the land and the ground and the soil, the roots grow deeper and the trees grow higher. And we set the intention to trust the process, to faint not, to not grow weary in doing good. We trust the intention to dig deeper, to push through, to not give up, but to look up, to reach up for help when we need it. As we go forward today, we expect the good, knowing that the words and the intentions that we have set forth today, that we have activated right now in this tap-in, are already doing the work. It's already happening, and we are grateful. And so it is. So if I could say something to my younger self, or if I could say something to someone tuning in today, right? I want to say, keep going. Know that your ideas are brilliant. Trust them. Keep following through. Because as long as you still want the thing, it is still possible. Tap in, crew. Repeat this with me. A little bit of intentionality goes a long way. I'll see you all next Saturday for another Saturday morning tap in. Now, go out there and expect the good. Why? Because you deserve it. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for tapping in, and I'll see you all next week. All right, TikTok. Love you. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Soraya, enjoy your birthday weekend. I'll see you next Saturday. All right, Instagram fam. Thank you so much for tapping in. Yes. All right, Tavion, have a wonderful rest of your day and a great week. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.